Gears of War 3 is full of secrets, including my favorite of all, a pirate chicken. Most of you would laugh and move on, but if you press X, the chicken explodes. First step complete. Now you'll come across loot, which is way too good, but every time you grab it, they fall off the map. Until the third attempt, when an old friend helps you out. Congratulations, you've earned the cluck shot, where you rightfully blast enemies with a chicken to the face. Dead Space got remade a few months ago, and the devs kept one of its best secrets from the original. If you boot up the game and decide to play Impossible mode, firstly, you're insane, and secondly, it's borderline impossible. This has permadeath and no autosave, so if you die, you gotta start all over again. If you somehow pull it off and beat the game, you can head to the storage locker and be rewarded with a foam finger gun, and I'm not kidding, it's actually the best weapon in the game. Now, you don't have to do 10 million steps for every secret weapon. In Shadow Warrior 2, all you have to do is pay real money. Anyone who owns their other game, Payday 2, gets the money bundle for free, and now you can walk around with a stack of cash instead of a katana. In another video, we talked about the hilarious Easter egg in Saints Row 4. You can find a store named Let's Pretend, and in the basement, it revealed a shooting range full of developers. I mean, seeing a guy pregnant with himself leaves you pretty confused, so it's easy to miss this chair in the corner. It's like any old furniture, except this time, if you get close enough, there's a tiny pistol up for grabs. Now you've got the loud locus, which is identical to the gun from Men in Black, and let's just say, it's pretty powerful. And that's not the only amazing reference. The last place you'd expect Mario to appear in is Bayonetta, but it is totally possible. Anyone who beats the entire game on the third highest difficulty gets an exclusive weapon. You don't hold it in your arms like a normal item. Instead, this is Chain Chomp Mario, and he's tied to your leg. Totally worth it because it's really strong. From one classic franchise to another, we have Dead Rising, and while the series didn't get over the top until the sequels, it was still pretty goofy. For example, if you managed to kill 53,594 zombies in your playthrough, Frank gets rewarded with the Mega Buster. Yep, you're officially Mega Man. Okay, look, if we're making a video on secret weapons, you gotta include Battlefield. They have the best joke items out there, and in Battlefield 1, you can find yourself a handgun. I'm not talking about a pistol. Anyone who goes into the desert and builds a fort right here will unlock the finger gun. Pew, 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 pew. One of the strangest weapons is in Just Cause 3, and considering how much you can do in this game, it's saying a lot. On a random cliff downtown, you'll discover a pistol just laying there. The icon shows a balloon on the end, so obviously, you gotta pick it up. Wait, my head's massive? Okay, it's gotta be a glitch, right? I'll just shoot someone to test this out, and now they have a big head? I mean, let me try something else. See you later. And somehow in the next game, the guns are even weirder. There's a bush in one of the DLC towns, and if you look closely, you'll find the tendrilizer. That's pretty disgusting, and I don't know why you want this on your back, but just wait, because things get weird. Shoot the tendrilizer, and it doesn't fire bullets, it summons this. Back in Dying Light, there's a secret that can only be found with explosives. Head to this field and throw everything you've got at the ground. Over time, this crater will get larger and larger, revealing hundreds of DVDs. If that wasn't confusing enough, pick up this mysterious blueprint, and now you've earned a chicken on a stick. But still not as adorable as Red Faction's secret weapon. In Armageddon, once you beat the story mode, the game hands you a new way to destroy everything. Introducing Mr. Toots, who comes from a land of magic and wonder, and I'm going out on a whim here. Whatever this magical land is, they eat way too much chipotle. Another weapon that's alive is in Borderlands 2. There are so many guns here for one video, but my favorite is the Morningstar. It looks like a regular sniper rifle until you shoot it.
Better shot, you wouldn't need to reload. Good job ending that life.
If we're talking about secrets, God of War has an item that even people who own it don't know about. You can find a talisman called the Shattered Gauntlet of Ages, and it can be upgraded with enchantments. As you progress through the game, you'll find these runes, and suspiciously, they all have a theme: soul, space, time, power, reality, and mind. It sounds like a bunch of nonsense until you compare them to the Infinity Stones from Avengers. Yep, this gauntlet now has an entirely different meaning. But when it comes to Fallout, the entire point of the game is nukes, from surviving them to detonating them, but it still finds a way to surprise you. In the third game, you can find 5 transcripts that each contain a number. Of course, putting them together reveals a secret code. Well, it turns out this is the password for the National Guard's basement, and down here, it's easy to get lost and there's enemies around every corner. But stay determined and make your way to the end, because the reward is insane. For your efforts, now you've unlocked the experimental MIRV, and looking at the ammo, yeah, that's the Fat Man nuke from World War II, and you've just unloaded 8 of them into a single shot. Now, Borderlands 2 has a secret weapon that completely trolls the player. In a side quest, you could find the Bane gun. It has insane damage and would easily be the strongest item in the game, except there is one problem. Every time you shoot it, it makes the most annoying sound of all time. Even the subtitles agree. Well, if you think you can just turn down the volume, good luck, because even when you mute every volume slider, the voice is as loud as ever. Now, I gotta show you this Easter egg in Just Cause 4 because it's one of the greatest secrets in the franchise. People went to this farm that looked super empty. I mean, most of us would just grapple past it and move on, but then they discovered a black and white item on the porch. Picking it up, they now have the cow gun. Have you tried to guess what it does? Nope, it doesn't shoot cows. It's even better. You never expect Silent Hill to have this weapon though. It's a horror game that is known for the moody atmosphere, and if you kill 333 monsters, you'll unlock the Heather Beam. Another classic game is Half-Life Opposing Force, and back then, everyone was rushing to find cheat codes. Hacking was super complicated and mob menus are hard to find, so players relied on these cheats, and I don't think they expected this one to work. From penguins to unicorns, Far Cry New Dawn has plenty of weapons to craft, but none of them are as special as this. With the right amount of materials, you could grab the unicorn flamethrower, and now you'll feel less guilty about burning down forests of people because it looks magical. It's not always that easy. Dying Light 2 has way too many secrets, but the best one lets you become Darth Vader. Scattered around the map, there's evil rubber ducks, and they're super hard to find. Some are in skyscrapers, others underwater, but once you get all 5, you unlock a secret area. Go to the VNC tower, and now the elevator shows the basement level. Then there's another elevator that takes you even lower, and you're basically in the depths of hell now. It all leads you to the final room, a satanic ritual that you can activate with wires. And I know it's a lot of steps, but it's totally worth it to unlock Dying Force. But if the Star Wars reference isn't obvious enough, it says,
"Be careful not to choke on your aspirations."
And now you can walk around choking zombies like you're Darth Vader. But I gotta talk about Battlefield 1 again, because there's an even better weapon than the finger guns. You wouldn't expect to find this, but if you get to rank 10 with the scout class, it lets you buy the kolibri for 150 war bonds. This is a real-life item which has the world record for the smallest gun in the world, and now you can run around with it in Battlefield. I mean, even if the bullets are smaller than a BB pellet, imagine how humiliated you'd be if this killed you. And if we're talking about secrets, Dark Souls has a weapon which the most dedicated players would never find. If you kill Baldur Knights, there's only a 1% chance they'll drop the Baldur side sword, and it is totally worth it. With its good reach and low stamina, people grind for this all the time. Still not as powerful as Cyberpunk's quick hack. With the right upgrades and materials, you can unlock the ability to Udo reverse someone, if you get what I mean. They'll immediately point their own gun at themselves, and it's pretty morbid, but it does the job. But my favorite weapon is in GTA San Andreas, because it's not a weapon at all. There are flowers all over the map, and no one expects you to pick them up. But if you do, use it wisely. I mean, sure, you could gift it to CJ's girlfriend, but why do that when you could fight people with it? And yeah, it does more damage than your bare hands, because why not? Drop a like if you enjoyed these 24 secret weapons in video games. It's been Tommy, and keep it here on T5G.